Hey, what's going on? Thank you for clicking on this thing here. Anyway, if you like me, you go on Tekken 7 online, you're having fun, and you come across the king, and you're having a good time, you're up 2 rounds, and then he just starts breaking out those godforsaken chain grabs, just one right after another, rolling death cradle, and your health's gone in no time at all, and you end up losing, and I do too, and it's frustrating as can be, until you take the time to sit and learn how to break all of these throws and how the throw breaking system works in Tekken 7. It felt like in older games you could just kind of randomly mash buttons and have a pretty strong chance to get out of it, not guaranteed, but in Tekken 7 there's definitely no way if you randomly mash buttons that you're going to consistently be able to break his throws. So let's go ahead and check out how the throw break system works in Tekken 7. You basically have 2 kinds of throws. You have your universal throws that every character has, the 1+3 and the 2+4, and if you hold forward you kind of lunge with them, but those throws are very easily broken by hitting any punch button or even both of them at the same time. So you can just hit 1 or 2 or 1+2 and get out of those relatively easy. So let's set up a quick easy peasy combo here. My goodness, he's got so many. There's just so many. That's an uppercut. Here we go. Easy one, right? Let's go ahead and play it and let him grab me once. I let him grab me again. Alright, there we go. That time I hit triangle. Or excuse me, 2 for Xbox and PC players. Okay. Apparently 1+2 does not get you out of those. I thought it did. Okay, so you have to hit 1 or 2. It can't be 1+2. Glad I learned that just now. So 1+2 gets you out of those universal throws of his. And 1+2 does not. You have to be hitting either an individual 1 or an individual 2. Or if you just panic and rub the buttons back and forth, that'll usually work for you too. Alright, now let's get into the meat and potatoes here and get into some more difficult stuff. So let's say these are King's 4 universal throws, you know, 1+2, or I mean 1-3 and then 2-4. Then you can hold forward to kind of give you a little more range with them. Alright, now let's look at King's. Let's do the figure 4, why not? Now, let's see what happens. Let's reset here. If I hit square, I do not get out of it. Or excuse me, 1. If I hit the 1 button, I do not. Let's try the 2 button now. Also appeared to be a dogo. But when we hit 1+2, it kind of gets us out of there. So for that particular throw, it's a 1+2. And the way you can tell is, it's hard to tell from this camera angle here, but King is either going to lunge out with one hand or both hands. He's either going to go left, right, or both. And judging by what hand he leads with is the button you hit with. If he leads with his right hand, you hit your right punch to get out of it. If he kind of does both hands at the same time, then you're going to need to hit both punches to get out of it. So this one's going to be a both punch one. You do have a little window here to get out of it. It's not an immediate thing. You do have a little bit of quite a few frames there to escape. But different throws have different capabilities, so one throw you might have a few more frames to escape than another one. So let's try Tombstone. Here we go. Now the Tombstone, it looks like just a plain 3+4 attack, or excuse me, 2+4 attack, but it's not because it's got that down, back, forward, or whatever with it. So we'll try this. Lay it on me, King. Alright, it wasn't square. Looks like he's leading with his right hand, so let's try right punch. And there it is. So you won't, even though it is a 2+4 attack, it's considered a command throw, and you have to hit it specifically to be able to get out of it. Now let's get into, here we go, this should be the left punch, I'm assuming. Yeah, see how he leads with his left hand there? So I'm going to hit my left punch to get out of it. But if I hit right punch, I do not get out of it. So if someone is spamming the giant swing on you, then you just want to hit your 1 button to get out of that because he's leading with his left. Forgive my smoking and drinking noises. Alright, let's get a little bit deeper in the rabbit hole, Alice. Now let's look at... we'll get into the ground combos too. Let's get into these, what the meat and potatoes of it here. So as you can see, King has chains for his throws, and each one can go different directions. So he could just start with a triple arm breaker and then take it 2 different directions. So let's do an arm breaker, then a triple arm breaker. See, that looks like a double grab. It looks like he's leading with both. So let's try a double. That did not get us out of it. Let's try again. Alright. Maybe that's a left hand. It does look like, yeah, his left hand's coming out a little bit stronger that way. You do have a little bit of a frame opportunity there. Now, since it's a 2-piece, you've seen that little blink of where you had the opportunity to input another move. So let's see if I can nail that opportunity here. After the first one hits, you should be able to break the second one. No, maybe I'm just not fast enough. He gets that first arm breaker in. Yeah, okay, it's still square. So he gets that first arm breaker in, and that little flash of window is your opportunity to break his throw. So it's square to, excuse me, it's 1 to break the initial throw, but you missed that, and he goes into the second one, and if you time it right, you can hit square again to get out of it. So he gets the first arm break in, but I hit square, I hit 1 just in time to break the second one. So let's try his head jammer. And of course it's going to start out the same way. You can hit a square to break the initial throw. Let's let him get that first hit in and see what happens. Alright, see, I'm mashing 1 and nothing happens. So he's going to get his first hit in. Now I had to switch to 2 in order to be able to get out of that. So that's where predicting King comes in difficulty, is his initial grab and the chain he hits after it is going to be a different input. So you have to break this one, the triple arm breaker with 1, the head jammer with 2, and that goes so on for every combo. So let's get all the way deep into the rolling death cradle. Start from over here. Alright, missed the first one, missed the second one. And there's the rolling death cradle. Terrible. So let's try 2 after he lands that first arm break. And that just saved us from a rolling death cradle. We did eat a little bit of damage there. And also, once you've pressed the button, you're pretty much committed to mashing that button. You can't just go back and forth and hope to get one or the other. So if we were to break that, it would have been 1. But to break the rolling death cradle would have been 2. So no rolling death cradle for me, King, thank you. And the same concept applies on the ground, except the window of opportunity is even tighter, if you can imagine that. So we're going to go to record. Okay, he's got to finish what he's doing here. And we're going to put the input in for a ground throw here. Then we're going to go to... player status down face up. And it's going to go for a ground throw. So let's see, how do we get out of that? I hit 1. I think this one is 1, and you just have to be really quick with it. Or maybe it is 2. Try again. I could have sworn this one's 1. Wow, this is really hard to get out of. Let's try both. No. Oh my god, this is terrible. Alright, it's not 1. Let's try 2 again. There we go. You have to be really, really quick with that. My gosh. Yeah, you have minimal time to get out of that. You're better off just to get up. But if you see that hit in, you can hit. Same concept. It's either 1, 2, or both. And usually it's just 1 or 2. I haven't gone through every single one to see. I'm pretty sure during the chain grabs, it's just 1 or 2. I don't think any of them are 1 plus 2 on the chain grabs. So let's go through another one here just for giggles and more giggles. Muscle Buster, that's a fun one. Victory Bomb, Giant Swing. Yeah, here's a really big one. Alright. Oh yeah, let's fix that here. Alright, that looks like a leading left. And I looked like I was mistaken. So let's just keep hitting the left punch. See if any of these are a left punch break. And none of them are. Not a single one. Alright, let's try the right punch break. Yeah, okay. It's right punch to get out of the initial. Right punch to get out of the second. Let's see, I don't think he can get out of the third one. Yeah, there you go. Then right before the last. So for that particular chain, it's 2 all the way through. But he also has different courses of action he can take during Victory Bomb. Alright, so that's basically all I figured out of it. It's you just got to commit to mashing 1 or 2, and if he's repeating, it's obviously not the one you were doing before. So, man, I didn't realize he has this. 179 moves. Paul only has 84. Nevertheless, I still love him. Alright, let's try this one out. You can do the same thing. You know, in your spare time, just hit the lab with your favorite character. This works for all characters, pseudo throws. Only the exceptions of air throws and throws from behind. So if you're in midair and get thrown, you're not going to be able to break it. And if you get thrown from behind, you're not going to be able to break it. But if you get thrown from pretty much any other way, the ground or the side or face on, you'll be able to break it. So that one's a 1 there, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 1 for every single step of this particular chain. So let him get his first 2 hits in there, and then we can break the last one. Going. Alright, now get that last one in there, Big Daddy. There we go. So see, King isn't that flawless, but hopefully that'll help give you some idea of defense when you come across a King that's just makes his comebacks off of those particular chain grabs. And you never know what direction they're going to take, because my gosh, look at all these. They start from, where do they start from? We'll just say all of King's throws seem to start from, my gosh. We're still going. How many are there? From 86 all the way down to 179. So that's almost 100 throws. That's 90 some throws. And that's nasty. I don't know, about 90 some. And each one's either going to be 1 or 2 after the hit. Now, the initial could be 1 plus 2. So use it at your own risk is all I'm saying. It's better than eating the entire full chain You know, just mash one or the other. Either mash 1 or mash 2 after he's already grabbed you. Or, you know, step back and pay attention to what arms he uses. So, and that's really hard to do, too. Is to pay attention to which particular arm he's leading with. Especially from a side-to-side angle. Because for there, it looks like he's coming out with both of them, but I think he's slightly favoring the left. Yeah. See, that's a leading left grab. So you'd use 1 to break that. And this entire chain, I think I just did, is 1 to break. But if you think you can be good enough to get every specific one memorized, then boo-boo, go for it. It's only about 80 different throws you'd have to memorize counterpoints for. But anyway, I hope you learned something from this video. I had fun talking smack and recording it. See you later.